All right, what is up, humans? This video has been it's been kind of stressful. Kind of have some anxiety about making this video, but it actually has some positive spins to it, so I thought I'd just try to wing it. That's what I'm gonna do. I've tried making this video 3 times. I keep getting derailed or feeling uncomfortable about it. But I talked to Jamie Thomas about it the other day, and we're kind of on the same page, so I feel a lot better about talking about this certain subject right now. But right now we have Rose Anvil playing in the background, reviewing Jamie Thomas's new footwear brand, Warsaw. They did a really deep dive in cutting the shoes apart and skating them and everything. Sam from Rose Anvil said that these were one of the most durable and most quality skate shoes, lasted longer than most skate shoes that he's reviewed. So that is the positive spin on that. We've got these new Warsaw from the second drop that we're looking at right here. I just have a few with me right now. This is my size, a chapter mid, black and genuine pig suede, and an 11.5. I feel like these shoes, most people are saying they're true to size. I think that's pretty accurate, but they are a little tight on me. I don't think I could go to a 12, but the 11.5 is kind of tight on me. So do with that what you will. Maybe you want to try them on. Maybe. That's novel, isn't it? Go up a half size or don't. I think you'll be fine. I love the branding on these things, the Warsaw with this little lockup right here. I think it's just kind of cool. And I think Jamie did it all himself, which is kind of admirable as well. Let's go ahead and look at these things. This is the black, genuine pig suede. You have this very subtle branding right there, if you can see that. These things are $105, and you can get them on bluetilesc.com right now. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but I just wanted to show you, you've got this really nice soft tongue with a debossed Warsaw logo right there. Just pretty basic shoe, kind of like your Blazer vibe. Warsaw on the heel right there, and on the heel right here on the underside of the outsole. Here's your grip. These things are really grippy. I don't know if you guys watch East Coast Curb Killer on the YouTube. He really loved these things and gave them a great review and said that they also skated really well. Super grippy. I have not skated mine yet, but we are going to have some clips of Tommy and Dusty skating in these things. Maybe myself pretty soon. To be determined. Look forward to that, don't you guys? Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Here is your insole. It has this nice sock liner on it, which I also believe is pig suede. It may not be, but it is a nice feeling sock liner. Super padded, Warsaw branded, nice insole. These things are very comfortable underfoot. So the silhouette may be very familiar to you, but the underfoot is super comfortable. Definitely worth trying on. Go to your local skate shop, see how they feel, or just order them from us and just go for it. Just go for it. Just do you. One thing I didn't mention yet is it does have this additional foam layer right there over the lasting board, which just adds even more comfort. So these things are comfortable, and they definitely are premium materials. Here is the second color for you guys. This one just looks super, super nice. Kind of that putty. I didn't show you the box. Here you go. This is Stone Full Grain Nubuck. So this is it. You can just tell. I mean, just look at that. I think even in this video, you can tell that these are elevated materials. And then you have all your subtle branding on these things as well, which I think this side logo is evolving. So we may see that change a little bit. Or we may even see some heavier branded footwear coming down the line. So I think Jamie does a good job at branding his stuff. So Warsaw on the heel and on the outsole. Maybe you can see the tread a little bit better on this stone color. The thing that I haven't talked about is right now, if you go to bluetilesc.com, you can kind of see 2 versions of Warsaw. And there's just one thing that denotes that difference, and that's the gray background on some photos and the white background on other photos. The white background photos are the original drop, and those are actually in store now. It's just a little bit left over, barely any sizes, but we've got some stuff from the original drop. The gray background is from this drop, the second drop, and those are not in stock at Blue Tile, but they're on bluetilesc.com. So if you order that product, Jamie Thomas himself, and maybe with the help of one or two other people, will box those shoes up and send it directly to you, and it'll come directly from Jamie. That sounds kind of crazy, but this is a solution that we came up with. It was Jamie's idea, but I've been trying to get brands to do this for a while. As a skate shop owner, it is super difficult to navigate how to support skater-owned footwear projects or skater-owned footwear brands. It gets harder and harder because that customer seems to be trained to chase for sales. And so with the smaller demographic and then most skate shoes only selling when they go on clearance, it makes it very hard for a retailer to put dollar investments into those brands if they're only going to sell on clearance. So far, we haven't had to mark these down at all, and they're still moving. I think when you touch these things, when you feel them, you can definitely tell the materials are super nice, so people don't expect markdowns so much. But that said, introduce tariffs to the market in a market that's already hard to support small skate-owned brands, and it becomes even harder. So during the second launch of this footwear, as it was coming into the country, the first round of tariffs were put in place, and these shoes became so expensive that Jamie could no longer sell them to skate shops. So the solution, so that you could still support a skate shop but also support Warsaw, was to do a shared revenue on each website. So he drop ships the shoes, but we get a good portion of that markup. So if you buy it from bluetilesc.com, we make essentially what we would make off a pair of these shoes anyway, and Jamie makes enough off of the shoes as well to buy new inventory, so to keep the brand going, etc. So this thing has definitely been kind of a weird journey. It's more difficult to figure out how to talk about because people get in their feelings when you talk about the T word, meaning tariffs. It is very hard for small retailers and small brands to exist in a world where tariffs are placed on all of the goods that you're selling. Pretty much all of the goods you're selling. I'm going to go ahead and cut you off and say, yes, made in America things are very important. It is really cool. When we make shop branded stuff, oftentimes we try to make it in the USA. We do. A lot of times. We've also lost sales because a lot of times people won't pay that additional markup for USA made materials or USA made products. They would rather pay the cheaper price for the imported good. That pretty much goes in place for even people who say they disagree with that, because if they came into the store and one thing's $50 and one thing's $80, 98% of the times that person is going to decide on the $50 product. This is literally one of the most difficult things to talk about because you're trying not to step on toes for people who want everything made in America now, but also that's just not a reality. It's actually makes things very, very hard for small brands and small businesses to navigate. So in that scenario, do you think Jamie Thomas has the capital to invest in infrastructure to build a footwear manufacturing plant? No, he does not. Do I? No, we do not. So the things that have been implemented are really hard for small businesses and kind of build an environment where only the strongest will survive, meaning it kind of builds an environment where only big box stores can survive. And I don't think that's a world that any of us want to live in. I think we could be more mindful about supporting small business, supporting small brands, etc. And of course, we want to grow things to be more in our community and more things made by people we might know and we can shake hands with. I think that is really awesome. I talk to my friend Joseph at Olympia Bearing Supply all the time about this. We're both big proponents of making stuff here. But the infrastructure just doesn't exist. So to expect that to happen overnight and to just impose 20, 50, 100% tariffs on imported goods, only hurts the small brands and only builds an economy where big brands can survive. And it's only that they're surviving. They're not thriving either. They're just going to wait it out until all the small brands go out of business, and then they'll do better. I don't know. Maybe that's negative. This whole video is done, so we're just going to see where that rolls. Anyway, guys, I wanted to keep this positive. We figured out a way to support Warsaw in the shop, and that is to share revenue. So when you go to bluetilesc.com and you order a pair of Warsaw shoes, it's going to come directly from Jamie Thomas, and we are going to get a healthy percentage of that sale. So do us a favor, check it out. Watch Rose Anvil's video review about these shoes. If you have questions about their quality, they got a really good review on there. And guys, this video was really hard to make, so I hope I didn't ramble too much. We'll see you in the next one. All the best. Love Blue Tile. We're just doing the best we can. And goodbye.